Hi there, and it's good to see you back at the bar. In this ongoing series of the ability and the importance of being able to sell within the context of the role of a portfolio manager, a program manager, a change manager, or whatever, we've looked at various different aspects of the importance of keeping it simple, not using the gift of the gab, but listening, etc. What I want to touch on here is the whole area of how you set a buying environment. So an environment that whoever you're selling to is most likely to be responsive to when it comes to buying. So there's various things to think about. Firstly is where you're going to try and pitch to them. So you might want to think about an environment which is more conducive to a collaboration. So going and having a coffee in the coffee bar is often better than sitting in their desk or at their desk where they've got a phone ringing and they're on the phone, etc. And that just sort of creates a slightly different environment. It's more neutral, they're more on your side, and therefore they'll come with you more, and they're more likely to buy in that situation generally than they might do in others where they are more hassled, they're less comfortable, they feel, The other thing is how you sit. So the way that you actually sit is quite often important within the context of selling. And what that means is that if I sit directly opposite the person I'm selling to, then that is by nature, that's quite a conflicting structure. I'm sort of almost combative against them because we are coming at each other in that direction. Whereas if I sit with someone next to me, I come and sit round next to them and we talk about something that I'm selling to them. It's far less threatening. It's much more collaborative or more conducive to what I'm trying to achieve, which is to sell my concept. Setting an environment using humor is often good, particularly where there's someone who you're trying to sell to, where there's a bit of tension or there's history and it's been difficult. Just setting a little bit of humor and just breaking the ice, just taking away that edge that might be sitting in the room or in the room as you first sort of get together, can often bring it into a much, much more conducive environment for buying. And it's little things like that make a big difference in the way that you get someone to come on board with you. And I think the other thing to just remember is that the people you're selling to are seeing people every day who are trying to get them to do things for them because they tend to be pretty senior. They're senior executives, they're senior stakeholders. It might be your sponsor. They generally don't have much time and they are permanently having people saying, could you take a decision on this? Could you take a decision on that? Could you take a decision on the other? So if you can do it in a way and create an environment that is slightly different, a little bit more soft and easy for them to buy in, you've probably got much more chance of success. You're very welcome. If you ever want to contact me on my LinkedIn profile, I will always try and give you a different perspective or a different view. I don't charge for it. All I'm doing is using a few years of experience behind me and giving you a different view on something you might be struggling with. But by all means, get hold of me and I'll do my best to give you a view. Good luck with it.